Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today we have to talk about what's the difference between sports and investing. It's like asking what's the difference between Devin Booker and Ben Simmons. Confidence, ladies and gentlemen. And you have to study your craft. You have to learn and continue to learn. You just can't learn once and it's over. You got to keep improving. Let's talk about it today. And welcome to Foci Optics. Check. Stop struggling now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it.
All right, welcome back. And as you can see, we're at the Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel page, and I want to thank you for being here, and please share the videos. This way we can help thousands, if not millions of other people. And once again, I will always point out the join button over here on the right hand side. This is how you become a member of the channel. You receive special messages under the community tab specifically for members of the channel, and I give out 1 or 2 videos per month specifically for members of the channel. And of course, you guys know by now, on the Wednesday night live, the live stream is open to everyone, but only members can chat on Wednesday night lives. So once again, I want to thank you for being here, and today's subject matter is that lack of confidence, because that does stop a lot of you. This may not be motivational, but it may sound a little bit like motivation. But what we want here in 2021 is for you, everybody else, we are going to help to actually get those streams of income. So therefore, you don't have to go out here and have a lack of confidence, okay? You don't have to think you can't do it, because you always have to learn, right? That's just the way it is. You have to evolve, and especially in this environment that's going to happen over the next 2 to 3 years. So I'm going to show you what I mean, because some of you may have a misunderstanding of what lack of confidence is. So when I used Ben Simmons and Devin Booker, most people know by now in the NBA playoffs, Ben Simmons didn't want to take an outside jumper, didn't even want to shoot a layup, and doesn't want to shoot free throws. So that's a hindrance to his team, his family, and a hindrance to himself. And therefore now you have a lack of self-esteem, a low self-esteem. You're doubting anything that you do when it comes to a certain thing that you're trying to complete. So low self-esteem is characterized by a lack of confidence. I'm just reading this here, and feeling badly about oneself, right? So there's many different ways that you can feel bad. That means, hey, you don't make enough money, which is, people living paycheck to paycheck may feel it's bad. Some people may stutter, because that's just that's something that just happens with some people, and they feel awkward, have low self-esteem, because most people don't stutter, and then people make fun of you, so that could turn you into stuttering even more, and now you feel even worse about yourself. And so lack of confidence would go with that, because what's the odds of you becoming a speaker or wanting to be speaking in front of people? How are you going to feel, right? So some of the most famous people that used to stutter is Bill Walton. He used to stutter, but now he's, on TV and radio and things like that. There's several people that have overcome that, but you have to work at any of your deficiencies. You have to work on them. So that's what we're doing here at Stop Struggling Now, because I'm going to show you how they're taking advantage of you when you do feel like you have low self-esteem, that you're going to have to need somebody else's help and be led by the hand time and time again. All right, so I just want to show you right here. I'm going to our playlist. because a lot of people don't know that there's a playlist when you're at the Stop Struggling Now channel. And if you want to start a business, here's a playlist for you. All right? Build business credit. This is some help. Create wealth. We start talking about investing in different type of things. Real estate, social media marketing, right? We have it all here. So all I want to say is go check out the playlist. And there's a reason I'm talking about this, because a lot of people don't know, because of a lot of lack of confidence. This is how you get people to go get educational materials, informational materials. This is how you get people to buy courses. This is a $100+ billion industry every year that nobody talks about, is what they're saying here. All right? So I just want you to understand, because you have a lack of confidence, you're willing to go buy books. You're willing to go buy courses. You're willing to go buy anything that somebody tells you that you can make $1 million by midnight. You're thinking in your head, yep, I need to do that. Or $1 million by sundown, whichever the case may be. You're willing to jump in, even though rationally you're sitting there going, well, it probably is not going to work, but they're saying I can do this, and they have lots of followers. They have lots of seminars going on. I see them on TV. You're going to pay for it. Because if you already do not have confidence enough to go do something, reading a book, getting anything on a piece of paper, you still have to act. That's the thing. No matter what is written down, you still have to walk through the door. You still have to get up and go do what you have to do to make it become successful. Get your goals and dreams. You have to do something. So you can keep reading and getting all the knowledge you want, but sooner or later, somebody's going to have to do something. Whether you instruct them to do it because now you have the knowledge, or you do it yourself, but either way, you can't sit there and continue to read. All right? This is one of the talks I used to always have with my professors in my business class when they would start reading a book about what, Xerox, what Xerox did in the 60s and 70s, right? And I'd be sitting there going, you can't do that right now. What are you talking about? Why are we talking about this? That's irrelevant. They wouldn't be able to even start their business like that anymore. So that was the whole point. Are you really looking forward, or are you looking backward? 2020 is hindsight, and then going, oh, that's what worked, so therefore it should work in 2021 or 2010. That's not how it works. Business that was in 2000s are out of business now because they didn't believe the internet would be popular. They didn't believe Amazon could do what it did. They didn't believe Walmart could do what it did. Chipotle could do what they do. And a whole bunch of other companies that are, whether they're online or offline, people didn't see that coming in 1990s and the early 2000s. They would have told you that's impossible. It's not going to happen. In fact, people were saying the internet's just a fad. All right? So that just gives you an idea of how crazy things are when you're not studying and not listening to just one or two people. You have to round yourself out. And therefore, this is another situation where you're being taken advantage of, because if you have lack of confidence, what does everybody tell you to do? Go to college, go to a technical training school, go to school. And yet, look at the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the numbers. All right? 2001. Now, the green represents private colleges. This purplish represents out-of-state schools. And then, of course, this is going to represent in-state schools. Now, on the best case scenario, 3,000 to 11,000 in 20 years. You guys can do the numbers. That's almost 400%, 350% increase. All right? 3 times minimum, 4 times approaching. All right? Look at this. 10,000 to 26, two times, 2.5. All right? Private schools, 16,000 to 41. Almost 2.5 on that one. All right? That's a lot of money for tuition. 40,000, 26,000, 11,000 per year for them to give you some books that were written last year, the year before. Then you come in and talk about something that's already happened, unless of course you're going to MIT or USC or one of these private schools, Harvard, Yale, and all that, where they're actually doing something right now that has something to do with your future. That's why those colleges cost more money. All right? So that's how they're taking advantage of you, and you have to pay for it with your hard-earned money if you want to get somewhere. And even with a degree, it does not guarantee you that you're going to be able to have a high-paying job. There's a lot of people that have degrees. They're bartenders. They're real estate agents. They started their own business. They never thought they were going to be doing that. They figured, oh yeah, I'm going to be making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year in my second or third year because I have this college degree. And then when they graduate, they're like, oh wait, I didn't realize I'm going to be paid $40,000 a year because there's so many people that have degrees. All right, so that is the thing, that having lack of confidence, how they're taking money out of your pockets. I'll have a link down below to both of these articles so you guys can read it. So how do we get out of this lack of confidence? Well, it's up to you. All we can do is give you the tools. I've been giving you tools. I've talked about this before, but a lot of people have a problem with just talking. So now there's so many different vehicles that you have to use at your disposal that there's no reason that you shouldn't start something. Believe me, whatever you like, whatever you enjoy, there's thousands, if not millions of other people that enjoy the same thing. They're looking for the same thing that you enjoy, all right, to talk about. So talk about it on Clubhouse, for instance, okay? Here's, well, Clubhouse, you have Android, you have Apple. It's in both stores, the Google store and the Apple store. You can now get Clubhouse. All you have to do is start a room. You can set a time and a date when you want to start, and put in a title that you want to talk about, and you talk about something, right? But if you're going to talk about a subject matter, why not become an affiliate or have a way to sell your product or services, so when you're talking about this subject matter, you can tell somebody, hey, look at my profile, click that link, and maybe you can go pick up whatever you have to offer. It's that simple. But you have to talk on this one, right? You feel confident enough to talk, so you don't have enough lack of confidence. In this case, you just have a fear of not knowing what's going to happen. Those are two separate things. But if you take the step forward, then you get comfortable with something, just like when you were a baby and you started to walk. You fell down, you got back up. You fell down, you got back up. Why? Because you knew it's a lot quicker to the door walking than it is crawling. All right, so then you start realizing, I have an end goal, so I'm gonna have to learn how to walk. And then when you found out people could get to the door faster than you, then you said, okay, I gotta run to the door, right? So it's an evolution that happens once you feel comfortable enough, and then you understand you now have confidence, and now you say, okay, the sky's the limit. I'm feeling my mojo, I'm feeling good, let's go. Clubhouse. Let's keep going, because I'm gonna make this short. Some of you don't feel like investing in the stock market. That's fine. There's a lot of people that are they're fearful of losing their money. There's nothing wrong with fearful of losing your money. But without taking the risk to gain more money while you're sleeping, that means you're always going to have to work at a job, or you got to do what we talked about earlier. You're going to have to go buy some educational materials, which doesn't turn into money yet, but you're going to have to go there because you don't feel comfortable. You don't feel confident. But the funny thing is, you were going to have to do the same thing. This is what I don't understand. There's a lot of people listening to me right now that go and buy courses, and then when you tell them, hey, go get your free share of stock from Robinhood and Webull, the links are down below in the description, by the way, they'll say, well, I don't know nothing about the stock market. And I'm like, wait, you buy courses, so why don't you just learn about the stock market? I don't understand. What's the difference? Except you can learn for free. There's so many ways that you can learn for free. It's ridiculous. So why do you have to pay for a course? You're willing to pay for a course, but you're not willing to sit there and learn something that can make you money while you sleep? That doesn't make much sense, okay? But here you are. Robinhood in Webull, get your free stocks. Down below in the description, there's a link. Here's the Robinhood, even though they say get a free stock and you can't tell it's really Robinhood unless you can see the logo on the left-hand side. So again, I'm just illustrating that a lack of confidence is really no excuse, right? So how else can we make some money? Let's go with what we do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday when we run the live streams. I'm using StreamYard right now. When I first ran live streams, I used OBS. OBS is free as well, okay? But I can only stream to one platform. And then it was a little more complicated. Whereas StreamYard, you can stream to up to 4 platforms, which is, the Facebooks, the Twitch, the Instagrams, the Twitter, right? So you can stream to all 4 of those, and the free version allows you to stream to 2 platforms for free. So again, if you feel comfortable being on camera, or you can be like Yankee Stacking and a few other creators on YouTube who do not show their face, they only show the camera and their hands or items on the screen, and then they talk, then you could do that too. But again, this is going to take just a simple learn something this takes 20 minutes to learn, because there's not really anything you do. You just link up your Facebook, your YouTube, your LinkedIn, and other platforms. And then when you get ready to go live, you tell the StreamYard which platform you're going live to. So that's it. And then you put in your name at the bottom, just like you guys see how I have Eric B on the screen. And then if you have any guests, they can put in their own name. But that's how simple this is. And again, you can run this on YouTube and about 4 or 5 other social media platforms at the same time. So this is something that people who may feel a little more confident, not saying you might have thousands of views or 1,000 people on the live stream, but you have to start. Get comfortable, just like when you start walking, right? Okay. Now, again, we're going to go back to where some people don't want to show their face. They're a little nervous about talking live on Clubhouse. So instead, you can record. You can record on your phone. Everybody's cell phone has a recorder. You can record that, then upload it to Buzzsprout. Buzzsprout's another free podcast software. All right? You can be on iTunes, iHeart, Spotify, TuneIn, a bunch of places, Stitcher, a bunch of places that you could be on with your podcast, and all you have to do is talk, upload, and then they upload to the other locations for you. Now you have to go in the back office and get the RSS feed so it links to them, so to speak. But nonetheless, it's that simple. But again, it's no more, no less than if you buy a course, if you went to a seminar, if you had to buy into a webinar, no difference. It's going to take you time to learn no matter what you want to do. So why wouldn't you learn something that's going to help you monetize yourself? Why not get streams of income going? So then that way, at least you have a little bit of fun, you like what you're doing, and you get a check. That's a win-win, right? So that's all I'm going to have to say besides the last thing. Is Coinbase. Because this is crypto. And Coinbase, even though this says get $5 free from Bitcoin, well, the link down below for Stop Struggling Now people who are watching this video, you get $10 if you use the link down below in the description. Now, you may say, what does crypto have to do with anything? Well, this has been something for the last 12, 13 years. People have learned about crypto, and the thing about Coinbase is they have this title up here at the top called Learn. They have tutorials. They help you understand what each crypto, not each and every one of the cryptos, but the cryptos they choose to tell you about, and they have tutorials where you can actually get an extra $1 here, $3 there, $4 there by studying what these cryptos do. And what I mean by that is Polkadot does something different than Ethereum. Bitcoin does something different than Polkadot and Ethereum. AMP does something different than all of them. There's certain things that are going on in the background that you would not know about because you're working in a job and you don't feel confident enough to even invest in crypto, but here's a way where you can get your free crypto, and then you can go learn about more crypto, and they give you $1, $3, $4 here and there just for learning. Now you get a little bit more confidence and understand what's going on and what this is all about. You might start investing in crypto. And then if you know about it, you might not invest in crypto. It all depends on your view once you study. But the point is, if you can study in 24, 48, 3 days, what's wrong with that? If you're going out here buying courses, you're still studying in those, right? Except the trigger from the courses and triggers from the webinars and the seminars and all that is, buy this first, and then I'm going to tell you later what we're going to do, or you're going to find out later if this is going to work. But up front, you don't know if it's going to work, right? You still have this lack of confidence. You're saying, okay, I hear this guy is great. I hear the stuff he tells is great. I'm buying this stuff. But the reality is when you buy it, that doesn't guarantee anything. That's why there's a top 10%er in society. All right. So I just want to point all that out. You guys can do whatever you want to do. The sky is the limit. Don't let anybody stop you from doing what you're doing. Even if somebody keeps saying it can't be done, it can't be done, it can't be done, that's them. That doesn't mean it can't be done. Just because somebody says it hasn't been done before doesn't mean it hasn't been done before. It just means that somebody is going to make it happen later, just not today. That could be you. That's the way you have to look at it. Life changes. Nothing stays the same. All right? So you have to grow or you're going to die. And that's just the way it is. So with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And that's why we have to talk about many different areas, like I've been stressing over the last 6 months. How to start a business. Simple enough. Stock market investing, expand your mind, real estate investing with no credit, no qualifying, pre-construction style in 2021, social media marketing, which allows you to use the StreamYards, the Buzzsprouts, all right, Clubhouse. These are all options that you have. That's why you just can't give up. You want to save money? Celsius Network, Nexo, all these guys are paying interest daily. You can actually put your crypto into some pools where you can earn even more interest daily by holding your money over there. So there's all kind of options, and that's why we have to talk about investing. This is in the playlist, right? So I can do motivational speeches, just like this is semi-motivational. We can talk about it, but I'm giving you the tools that you could use to actually break out with confidence. Start slowly and feel your way, and then as you gain a little bit more confidence, then finally you'll be like, I can do this. Nobody's stopping me. And if somebody says I'm not doing a good job, that's expected. Who's a professional? You go to school? Were you a professional speaker at one time? You go and put in hours and hours of professional speaking or something? Otherwise, of course you're not going to be perfect. Who would be? Unless you're starting to talk to me about, well, I was a communications major, and that's what you did in classes, you know, a whole half a year of putting a camera in front of your face and speaking and then critiquing it. Yeah, I might say, okay, you're probably going to be a lot more confident to proceed with doing live streams, with proceeding to do anything on camera. But the ordinary person, they're not doing that. So again, ladies and gentlemen, you can do whatever you want, but you're going to have to study no matter how you slice it. So all I have to say, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.